Good morning, and it is a good morning. Before I get to today's title and topic, which I wrote before I checked my email, I want to mention that I got a friend request, which of course I am right in this moment. I didn't post my answer yet, from Heather Ann Tucci-Jarraf. Now, if you don't know who she is, she's the attorney from Washington, the lawyer from Washington who created the One People's Public Trust documents. And I'm thrilled to have received the friend request from her. And I will read you what I wrote back. Heather, it is with joy and love that I welcome you into my world as a friend. I so appreciate what you have done and are doing, which is indicative of a awakened soul being real and true. I know you are beautiful and busy. Thank you for being willing to befriend me. I feel my life and the lives of many of us are changing in big ways. And the title that I've chosen for today's video is My Conversations with Gina, Real Communication. The strength of any relationship, especially romantic ones, is not the sex. It is the communication. How honest, totally honest, are you willing to be with each other? In less than 2 weeks of candid communication with Gina, we know a lot about each other. We've been able to see our strengths and weaknesses, and we already know many of each other's dreams and fears. Before we've even kissed or hugged each other, we have gone deeper into our soul. And yes, it may be a common soul we share. Then many people that have been together for a long time are willing to go. We don't want a superficial union. We want the real thing, and we are willing to do the work of creating a new paradigm relationship. My conversations with Gina are laying a foundation of divine love, upon which we will co-create our spiritual partnership. It is truly beautiful what is happening with us. I was surprised that once I finished writing that and went to my emails, I received an email from Gina saying, happy 3:33. We talked until 11 o'clock last night, and we were both obviously up in the 3 o'clock hour, although she actually took time to send me an email during that time, and I hadn't even been to the computer yet till a little bit after 4. But last night we spent, I don't even know, I didn't time it. I'm going to say we spent in excess of 3 hours communicating. And we shared joys, we shared tears. She, a number of times, apologized for saying things that she thought would hurt me. They didn't. And I reminded her of that line from Love Story, love is never having to say you're sorry. And she says, oh, I love that. She knew the line. And she also knew the line that we had talked about earlier. Frankly, Scarlett, I don't give a damn. Or my dear, I don't give a damn. Anyway, we have been communicating at a level that when I've tried to communicate with other ladies at that level in the past, thinking that maybe they were my soulmate or twin flame or whatever label I wanted to put on it at the time, blew them out of the water. I mean, many times it never got beyond the first in-depth conversation. And at other times it might have gone 2 or 3 conversations, but it didn't get very far when the lady would say, oh man, this guy's too intense for me. and Gina has had similar things happen in her experience. In fact, we've had a lot of similar things happen in our experience of preparing our souls and our minds and our hearts for each other at this time. We can see that the preparation that has gone into making us the person that we need to be so that we can properly cherish and nourish one another and nurture the best in one another and strengthen the areas where we are each weak. I've noticed, and she's noticed, that in areas where I am strong, she may not be as strong, and vice versa. This dance that we're already doing, just by conversation, just by honest communication, is preparing the way, creating the template for what I've termed new paradigm relationships. And I've written about this in poetry. I've written about this in some of the other things that I've done before I ever even started doing the videos, before I ever met her. I knew the kind of person that she had to be, a kind that wasn't afraid to tell the truth, that wasn't afraid to hurt my feelings because, well, he may not like this. And I said, no, I need this, Gina. I need you to communicate this to me. I need that. I need to hear what you have to say. Don't worry about hurting my feelings. I need to hear it. And as I shared this with her, and I've invited her to do a video on her side of it, and if she does, I will certainly post it on my wall and share it with each of you. But the dynamic that I see from my perspective that's happening between us is mind-boggling. And I'm so pleased, and I shared this with her a couple of times already, I'm so pleased that she's long distance so that we don't establish the relationship by making love right away. That'll happen in its time, when it's time. But we've established the relationship by just getting to know each other and by vocalizing the deepest part of our being, the deepest longings of our heart. And I want to encourage you, if you're not in a relationship and you're wanting to be in a relationship, I encourage you, begin the relationship with talking communication, sharing from your heart with your potential partner, telling the truth. What are you afraid of? What's your greatest hope? What do you want? Communicate. We blow each other away when she shares things that were her dreams, that are her expectations for what a healthy relationship will look like. And it's things that I've said. And when I say things, it's things that she has said. And it's so mutual. So mutual. And we haven't even met yet. We haven't even, as I said, kissed or hugged each other. There's been no sex whatsoever. Although I did talk to her while she was taking a bath. But she did mute me when she was taking a leak. Or actually not mute me, mute herself when she was taking a leak because she didn't want me to hear, I guess. And she said, I wish I could have recorded what you were saying during that time. It was so cute. You were at a loss of words, which I was. Folks, we have the opportunity, and we're taking it, in creating a whole new world. And the most important thing in that new world, first, is your relationship with you. I can't emphasize that enough. Your relationship with you will determine your relationship with others. And it will determine the relationship that is the most significant one for you. It will determine it. You must love you. You must come to terms with who you are. You must be honest with yourself. Your own self-talk must be genuine and authentic. It must be real. It must be the truth. There can be no love without truth. That's an oxymoron. Truth and love go together. They are one and the same thing. And I encourage you to tell yourself the truth. Because if you don't tell yourself the truth, how are you going to be able to share it with somebody else if you don't even know what it is? Or if you're lying to yourself or denying your deepest fears and denying the negative things that you think other people won't like. And so you hide them from other people like they can't tell anyway. Anybody that's a sensitive, anybody that's empathic can automatically pick up where you are. Anybody can. I can. Gina can. And so many others that I know can easily pick up where you are. And you sometimes don't even have to open your mouth. We feel it coming from you. It's emanating from your being. It's in your countenance. It's in your energy field. And we see it. We feel it. We know it. You can't hide this stuff. We're moving into a new paradigm that's going to be much more transparent than we've ever known before. There's no longer going to be the ability of people to hide behind their mask and behind a shield. And we don't need protection if we're going to move into real love. We need to lay down our armor. We need to take off our mask. We need to be genuine human beings and allow the energies that are ours. And they're all ours, folks. Don't think that, well, this negative energy isn't me or it isn't mine. It is so. It's in your field. It's yours. It may not be, and it isn't the total picture of who you are, but it is part of who you are. It is part of your personality. It is part of your ego self display and development. It is part of you. It is necessary if you're going to move into this new paradigm energy, which we're moving into whether you like it or not. But if you're going to be comfortable in it, you better be comfortable with being real, because that's what it takes. That's what Gina is showing me as she shares with me, as I hear her sobbing tears of joy when she hears me say things that she's wanted someone to tell her for a long time and never heard it from anybody else. And I feel the same way when I hear it from her. Because our souls, not just hers and mine, all of us, our souls long for this kind of intimacy, this kind of raw communication, communing with each other, soul to soul, heart to heart, before you may even see each other eye to eye, before your lips ever touch each other's lips, before you ever fondle each other's bodies. You've already connected at the heart and at the soul. This is where the Holy Spirit wants to take us. This is where our Creator wants us to go and wants us to be and wants us to do. This is the focus of creation. This is the apex. This is the climax of creation. When we can reach this point of genuineness with ourselves and with each other. And oh, the beauty that will be shown. Oh, the world that we will be creating together. It's a beautiful thing. I'm so grateful for the grace of God at work in my life. So amazed at the love that He's allowing me to experience and to share it with each of you, because it's not just mine. It's not just Gina's. It belongs to all of us. This is our heritage. This has been our destiny all along. We love each other, and we are the people we've been waiting for. And the world has been waiting for this love to be shed abroad in our hearts and manifest in the world. And as it is, the world changes. This is the shift. This is the awakening. God bless you. Thank you for listening. Namaste.